in a structure here, like a pillar, to support both plywood so that it holds them together. It doesn't come crashing. That's why you have that right here. And on my left hand side, we have the sealing machine here, the sieve, we have funnels, we have measuring spoons, we have the scooping bowls, use them for scooping puree for filling. We have funnels here, and this it is used in taking out hot bottles from the pot. It is called a jar grabber. Here is the bleach solution we used for sterilizing. Then we also have the citric acid for raising the pH level of the tomato. We have the hydrating peroxide. We have the 2 grinders. Now we have steel buckets here too for taking water where we need to wash the tomato. Now everything you see here, we also have pallets where our raw materials that were not processed are going to sit on, because we don't like them sitting directly on the floor. Everything you see here is all contained in the production room. The raw materials room. Now the next stop is the production unit. The production unit is like the heart of the entire facility. This is where the whole production is done, from washing the tomato, grinding, weighing, parboiling, filling, adding the citric acid, just name it. This is where it is being done. What you're seeing here is the pressure pots. They were bought because our pressure canners failed to give us 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and in a bid to achieve that, we decided to buy the pressure pot. This is our gas burner. It has 3 chambers. It is used for parboiling. We have the washing hand basin here, where we come in to wash our hands in the course of production. You come in to wash your hands here so that everything is neat. Then this is the UV sterilizer. Now, when we acquired this place, it was formerly a pure water company, so all these things were in place. The UV sterilizer. We have 2 pure water packaging machine that are inside the finished product room. I'm going to be showing you that too. Now this UV sterilizer is used to sterilize the water coming into the facility, such that when we need water to wash the tomato, and we need water to wash our bowls, our pots after the whole production, it is not, we use very sterilized water to do that. And here is the work table. Here is the work table. This section is for filling, sealing, citric acid adding, and before they are being transferred to the finished product unit. Now, this here is the finished product unit, and I will be giving you a description of what we have there. In here we have the empty cartons that has already been made. This carton here is for the 750 ml bottle, and this is for the 250 ml bottles. You can see here. Now below it we've got pallets on the floor there. Now this pallet is such that after producing, your product do not sit directly on the floor in the carton. It is slightly raised above the floor. So the pallet is for that purpose. And here is the pure water packaging machine I was talking about. There are two in number. This is the first one. And here is the second one. Now let's go to the QC lab. That is the section that ensures that everything has been done properly. We do checks there. We check for acidity. We check for that's where we also measure the citric acid before they are being used. Now, when we acquired this building, this very door, we had an issue with this door because it was locked and we were unable to access the door. So we had to contact the owner of the building, the facility, who gave us directives to break open the place. So that's the door right there. And let's head down to the QC lab. This is the QC lab. There's hangers for hanging lab coats. That's the measuring spoon here, measuring and testing acidity. And this is the pH meter. We have the pH meter here, and we have the distilled water. The distilled water is used for calibrating the pH meter. We have the cylinder right there, and we also have the thermometer. This is what the thermometer looks like. Now, for everything you've seen, I've given you a brief description of the entire facility, from the cloakroom down to the raw material room, down to the finished product room, production area, QC lab. Here is the generating set. It's a 2.5 kVA generator that is used to power the facility in a case of power outage. We use this here. And here's the admin office. The admin office where visitors are attended to and all. Here's the admin office. Now, before all this were put in place, we had some challenges. We called in a few craftsmen who were supposed to give us quotation on the building, and their prices were just way too much. We started from there to bid down the price to get a good price for partitioning the whole environment. I'll take you to the back of the facility where we have our water reservoir, the carbon and sand filter. This is the filter. This is the water reservoir. This is a 5,000 liter water reservoir. You can see by the left hand side there, you see the filter. Then we have the carbon and sand filter. This is the sand bed. This is the carbon bed used for sterilizing the water that comes directly from the borehole. Below it there, this little machine here is a 1 horsepower DAB, so a pumping machine that pumps water. And when we acquired this, the knobs here, the control there, a few of them were bad. We had to change the filters here too. They were also bad. We changed all the filters. They were changed. We did backwashing of the sand and carbon bed, and we also washed this using we also washed the 2 water reservoir. This is everything there is. Challenge number 1 was getting the facility. Challenge number 2 was after getting the facility, was getting the owner of this facility to make payment. Challenge number 3 was the area of trying to get NAFDAC officials to come and give us advisory on how to demarcate the whole area. It took days before they were able to come. And challenge number 4, when they eventually came, it was difficult to also get these craftsmen to demarcate the area. Then we also had the challenge of breaking down the door, washing the floors. The floors were too dirty and it was very difficult to wash. We had to try different chemicals before they were able to get as neat as we have them now. Now, this is another section of the building. It is still quite empty. You can see this section is where we will be using to have our grinding section. There's going to be a demarcation for that. We are also going to have the pasteurizing unit here too, and we're going to transfer most of the sections there because we already acquired this unit too. So this is going to be used too. It's a lot of work here to be done. We need to roof, we need to put ceiling, we need to plaster the walls, and then put in tiles where necessary, calling the craftsmen to demarcate the area such that we have the grinding unit, the pasteurizing unit, and here. Another challenge we also faced when we acquired, there was no toilet, there was no bathroom for staffs. So when we came in, we had that done. Although the place is locked now. Here is the entrance to the toilet and the bathroom. After cleaning the floors, this is how neat we could have it. It was very difficult. We had to try different chemicals. We bought hypo for starters, which is like bleach. It didn't work. We bought acid, but it was already diluted acid. You couldn't take out the stain. We bought thinner, which didn't also work. And then we decided to also try the concentrated acid, which took out quite a number of the stains on the floor. If you look carefully, you'll see a little bit of stain, but this is how far we could come in cleaning the tiles. We have the air conditioning system here. Now, a bit to also prevent power surges here, which might just burn some of our equipment. We decided to have like a circuit breaker in the facility, such that when there is power surge, it just trips up. We don't get the issue of finally, we also have the UV sterilizing bulb here. Now, we also encountered challenges in trying to find this UV bulb. It took at least 3 days before we could find this. So this is it right here. It's also used in sterilizing everything that is inside the raw materials. That is why the boards here are raised to the rooftop, because it is only for this section. It is not supposed to go to any other section.